Dr. Bill, Willie Clancy and Noel Hill, flutes and fiddles everywhere. If it's music you want, you should go to Clare. Oh, Listowel Varna, Listowel Varna. Sure, everybody needs a break. Climb a mountain or jump in the lake. Some head off to exotic places, others go to the Galway races. A cousin of mine goes potholing, a cousin of hers loves Joe Dolan. Matty goes to the south of France, and Jim to the dogs and Peter to the dance. Summer comes around each year, we go there and they come here. Some jet off to Frahiliana, but I always go to Listowel Varna. Oh, Listowel Varna, Listowel Varna. I always leave of a Thursday night with me tent and me ground sheet rolled up tight. I like to hit Listowel in or around Friday afternoon. This gives me time to get my gear together. I don't need to worry about the weather. Ramble in for a pint of stout, cause you never know who'd be hanging about. There's a Dutchman playing a mandolin, and a German looking for Lee Mogo Flynn. And there's Adam Bono and Gareth Fitzgerald getting their photo taken for the Sunday World. Finbar, Charlie and Jim Hand, and they're drinking pints to bait the band, and isn't it grand? Oh, Listowel Varna, Listowel Varna. The multitudes, they flocked in throngs to hear the music and the songs, and motorbikes and high-ace vans with bottles, barrels, flagons, cans. Mighty crack. Loads of frolics, pioneers and alcoholics, and Black Spuck in the FCA, and Free Mickey Kelly in the IRA, and hairy chests and milk-white ties, and Mickey Dodgers in disguise. McGraths, O'Briens, Pippins, Coxes, massage parlours and horse boxes. RTE are making tapes, taking breaks and throwing shapes. There's Aurons, Bowrons, Amadons, Arab sheiks, Hindu Sikhs, Jesus freaks. This is heaven, this is hell. Who cares? Who can tell? Anyone for the last few chalk ices now. Oh, Listowel Varna, Listowel Varna. A 747 for Jackson Brown. They had to build a special rumba just to get him down. Before the chieftains could start to play, 7 creamy pints came out in a tray. Shergar was ridden by Lord Lucan. Sean Cannon did the backstage cooking. Clannad were playing Harry's Game, and Christie was singing Nancy Spain. And Mary O'Hara and Brush Shields together doing the 4 Green Fields. Van de Man and Emmy Lou and Moving Hearts and Planksty too. Oh, Listowel Varna, Listowel Varna. Everybody needs a break. Climb a mountain or jump in a lake. Sean Doherty goes to the Roses Tralee, and Oliver J. Flanagan goes swimming in the Holy See. But I like my music in the open air, so every summer I go to Clare, cause Woodstock, Knockn or the Feast of Cana could hold a match to Listowel Varna. Oh, Listowel Varna, Listowel Varna. Oh, Listowel Varna, Listowel Varna. Oh, Listowel Varna, Listowel Varna.
I hold you in my arms. It's a band played. What are those words whispered, baby? Just as you turn away. I saw you last night out on the edge of town. I wanna read your mind to know just what I've got in this new thing I found. So tell me what I see when I look in your eyes. Is that you, baby, or just a breath in disguise? I heard somebody call your name from underneath our willow. I saw something tucked in shame underneath
This song really about nothing, you know. That's exactly what it's about, kind of nothing.
And you're welcome back here to Dr. Daly Park in Tulla for the second half of the Under-21B quarter-final between the host team here, Tulla, and the challengers of Éire Óg. First of all, I must apologise to our listeners. There was some technical difficulties there during the first half. There was a couple of breaks in coverage, but we're back live here in Dr. Daly Park for the second half. Once again, joined in co-commentary by analyst Kevin O'Regan. Doesn't seem to be any changes. 1-4 to 7 points at half time, Kevin. Any changes accruing? It seems to be going as they were.
Going as they were, as far as we can see. Yeah, doesn't seem to be any changes, no. So full steam ahead now for 30 minutes of hurling, maybe even more. It could go to extra time, as we're just chatting about here. Who knows?
Yeah, it seems to be the way to go, and congrats to St. Joseph's, who are the under 16A champions, with a victory over Aina Kilmore after extra time. The game is on, and a ball in the hands of Jack Lynch. Jack Lynch, the wing back, picks up that ball free for Éire Óg. Is it Jarlath Collins? Now he's leaving it to the sharpshooter Hennigan. Aaron Shanahan now defending the goals here at the road end here in Dr. Daly, as it's a gloomy day in Tulla, you know. But of course, what else would you expect here at going on into the late afternoon, in just coming up pre-Christmas? And here comes a man that's not worried about Christmas at the moment. It's Michael Hennigan. He's concentrating on see can he put Éire Óg into the lead here in Dr. Daly Park. He got the first score of the first half. Can he do the very same here in the second half? With once again thank our sponsors, Morna and all the staff there in Tulla Pharmacy. Lovely striker from Hennigan. Lovely strike. And there is the lead for Éire Óg. Éire Óg 8 points. Tulla 1 goal and 4. That's the start that Éire Óg wanted, Kevin.
Yeah, great score from Hennigan. Very impressive free taker in all fairness.
And a puck out, great puck out from the Tulla goalie Aaron Shanahan, a man who's plenty of inter-county experience. And the ball comes out to the midfielder, the Luca Cleary. Luca Cleary gets out. Foley doesn't stand on ceremony. He hits it in towards Dallas Stack. Dallas Stack is a lovely touch to Stack, and release the ball out to the corner forward. Doria going to come to Michael Hennigan. That was won by Dallas Stack inside. And the ball is Tony Layden, finding it hard to get away. Tony playing around with it. Oh, and he loses it to Gavin Doria. The first pick up, it didn't come up for him, but Liam McInerney gets it out, comes out to Hennigan. Hennigan gets it out to Foley. Foley trying to pick it up, but he's robbed by the busy Dan Whitcomb. An important intervention from Dan. Dan tries to take on the challenge, goes into the challenge. They're all working very, very hard. 2 young teams, most players here eligible again next year. Here's a very good cornerback, a tidy Ben Kelleher. Kelleher has been impressive, Kevin.
Yeah, no, he's been very, very impressive. Yeah, Paul, I think.
Paul, sorry, Ben is the younger brother.
The younger brother, yeah. Very impressive, very attacking cornerback, taking a step out in front of his man and winning the ball several times. He's a free one there, and is it
Jimmy O'Gorman?
Jimmy O'Gorman stepping up to take it.
60 metres from his own goal. Gorman launches this one down around the 21, even down towards the Canoiga. The ball is good out the cornerback. It comes out to, is it Andrew Conneedy? Conneedy, a shot. That's a brilliant. That's just a touch of class from the stick of Andrew Conneedy, from what could have been a goal at the other end for Éire Óg. A ball broke in. Conneedy with one flick, flicked it away, got to space. Éire Óg are Tulla 2-4. Éire Óg 8 points, Kevin.
Yeah, so the start of the second half, like the start of the first half, with an early goal, with dangerous ball into the square, broke, and Andrew finished it very well off the ground. Great score.
Now we know where he's inside in the square.
Now we know where he's inside in full forward line, yeah.
And the ball comes out. Jarlath Collins trying to pick it up for Éire Óg. Jarlath has had a very, very busy year at club level, trying to win the ball in the midfield. It's 2-4 to 8 points. Who's going to Gus along the there in the midfielder there? Luca Cleary trying to get it, and Gus decides to call a halt to proceedings there. He's going to throw in the ball. 2 goals and 4 for Tulla. 8 points for Éire Óg. A throw in here between John Whitcomb and Jarlath Collins. He lets in. Collins tries to win the ball, gets it up, but Whitcomb puts in the leg. I think we could have much more the same. He needs his other midfielder out there, Éanna Clue, trying to get it for Tulla. When the ball breaks up to Michael Foley, Foley loses out to Fionn Ryan, kicks the ball on ahead, ever he's now meeting the challenge of Killian Maroney. This kind of break up and play kind of suiting Tulla at the moment. 2 points in advantage. Dan Whittingham goes back into the pocket to cover back there, and I suppose this is what we can expect many throw-ins from here on in, Kevin.
Yeah, you'd expect so. That's at least the second one already in the second half. So, and Shawnee Whittaker's played the ball out to Dara Ryan here, so we'll see how it'll develop.
Dara Ryan goes to ground, help there, gets the ball into Helpin. Can Helpin get a ball? Gets it out here, out for McSweeney. McSweeney steadies himself. McSweeney split the post. Unfortunately for that finish, doesn't match the set-up play. Goes out to the right, left-hand side and gone wide. 2-4 for Tulla, 8 points. Keane Howard with the puck out for Rogue. That's a good puck out to Maroney. Maroney got a great point in the first half, trying to get away from the challenge of William Helpin. Puts the ball up along the line. Great play by Liam McInerney, but the ball comes out. And Jimmy O'Gorman, I'm not too sure. Kevin, did you see it untoward there?
Just out of the corner of my eye, there's Foley, the centre forward, is injured as Tulla score a goal from Micheál Ryan.
Micheál Ryan, 1 goal and 2 points from Micheál Ryan, but Rogue won't be happy because the injury be picked up by Michael Foley. I'm not too sure what happened there, but it's 3 goals and 4 now for Tulla, 8 points for Rogue, and a bit of daylight between the teams, 5 points, Kevin.
A bit of daylight, like we were saying towards the end of the first half. Goals are crucial in a day like today, and we've Tulla have got 2 already in the second half, and they're going to Stanton as the game progresses. Yeah,
it gives them a bit of daylight, and Whitcomb set up that again, but Ryan now at full forward, 1 goal and 2, very efficient.
Very efficient, yeah. And Andrew has his goal and a point or 2 scored as well, so they're getting a return.
Good return from the inside line, no doubt about that. And here comes the goalkeeper, Keane Howard, looking to go short. Where's he going? He decides now on this occasion he's going to go direct down the middle, launches this one down towards James Lyne. James Lyne puts up the hand, puts up the hurley, and then Whittaker, and the ball breaks. So Gerald Collins, Sean Whittaker there, Dan Whittaker, Jack McSweeney as Tulla, or is Dara Ryan. Collins kicking the free. I thought he was fouled there, pushing it back on Gerald Collins by Jimmy O'Gorman. Kevin, Collins is a very good player.
Very good, very impressive for the senior campaign with Rogue, a cornerback, and he played midfield today, and showing he's touched the class and touched the experience as well. County underage player too, senior footballer with Rogue, very talented.
Yeah, no, a real all-rounder. Here's another man, as we have mentioned more than once in this game, who's a lovely striker of a ball and an important free to keep Rogue in touch. It's 3 goals and 4. That's 13 to 8 points, 5 points and different in a corner. This 45-metre free for Hennigan, 5 metres in, 10 metres in from the near side in front of the main stand here. As he hits it towards the logo, strikes it, but there's a tail on that one. There's a tail on that one. It goes out to the left-hand side. Didn't just seem comfortable striking it, Kevin.
No, and disappointed after conceding a couple of goals. Rogue would have been hoping to get back in the scoreboard. Disappointing from Hennigan after a couple of great frees during the first half.
That's a great pull. What a pull by William Helpin. First time pull, gets the ball into Colin Hogan. He released the ball, unfortunately, puts the ball, but Andrew Conidi coming there. The wing back is Jack Lynch, robbed by Conidi. Helpin has it again, going to break out. Who's out there? It is the corner for Ryan. This man is very, very busy for Tulla. Over there, very close to the sideline, being chased by Fiona and Tracy. Gets the ball back to Andrew Conidi. Conidi trying to make space, but he's robbed there by Tracy, who puts the ball up, looking for Michael Foley. Foley gets out in front of Jimmy and gets the ball into Andrew McInerney. Here comes McInerney, cutting back in towards the middle, being chased up by 2 Tulla players. He's gone back out looking for Foley. Gets the ball to Foley. Foley strikes. That's a great ball from Foley. Safe hands. And indeed, this man Shanahan, what safe hands on a cold day, Kevin.
Oh yeah, safe as a house. He's been doing it from underage level and with Harty and everything else. A very good goalie.
And the ball is won by the wing back. The wing back is Maroney. Maroney puts the ball up in the corner towards Gavin Doria, and he's I think he was guilty of pulling back. McInerney is maybe only playing cornerback, but he's a very experienced, tidy cornerback, Kevin.
Very tidy cornerback, and again another man who had a very strong intermediate championship campaign
he had a good year
with Tulla as well, and showing that experience here. As it looks like Gus has his book out again, looking for a name.
Yeah, he's taking Gavin Doria on this occasion, and of course McInerney didn't stay to the cornerback. His uncle Dermot was a very prolific cornerback for the Clare Miners back in the 80s, and his sister also plays cornerback for Tulla. So look, there are many backs in that family. His father Ray played centre back for the Clare minor team and under 16 team and won in East Clare down in Simple Stadium. O'Gorman puts this one up into the corner. looking for Conidi, but the ball breaks over to him to the cornerback. It's Luke Pine. The ball goes over Luke Pine, but here comes Conidi coming in his own 21. Lovely flick pass out to Ryan. Ryan has been busy. Jack McSweeney, the goal scorer in the first half. A lively operator of McSweeney gets a lovely pass to Conidi. Can Conidi get a chance to shoot? But he's blocked down where the traffic come in, and he's picked up by Owen Gilfile. Gilfile just stands in terminally and drives it down, where it's going to be picked up by O'Gorman. O'Gorman going to launch it. This is a great ball from O'Gorman. A shot from Jimmy O'Gorman. Good safe hands by Keane Howard inside the goal. And in fairness, the handling of Goat because it has to be next Limfrey. Gets the ball here to Maroney. Maroney striking here. Oak now starting to go more direct. Puts the ball up here towards Doria. Doria, great play by Liam McInerney out over the line. Is he given a free? He's given a free for a push in the back. I think on Liam McInerney. I thought it was good defending, but Gus has given away the free, or called it as a free. I thought it was good defending by McInerney on that occasion.
It was, but Gus is the man in charge, and he called it, so it's a free to Hennigan. He'll be hoping to make amends after missing the free from a similar position just a few minutes ago. Yeah,
he's close to the sideline on this occasion, and Aero could badly need with the score. That 1 point got in the second half from the same player, Hennigan. They could do with an injection of scores now. They're 5 points down here until 3-4 to 8 points. Hennigan composing himself here. As we said, both teams, majority of these players all on the race next year. Gets it, there's a tail on that one. Is it going to be kept in play? It's not. Goes out to the right hand side on this right hand. Maybe a player, suffering a bit of lack of confidence, 1 or 2 strikes not gone his way, Kevin.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and a young player, that's very possible to happen. So hopefully he'll get the confidence back again. Maybe in the next one he'll make amends after missing the last 2.
Here's Shanahan. No sharp puck outs here from Shanahan today. Goes direct, goes over the head of Jack Lynch, where it is picked up by, again, Jack Collins. What a worker he is. Gets the ball out to Foley. An industrious, lovely centre forward, gets the ball across. McInerney, that's great defending. McInerney is going to break out to Luke and Cleary with a lovely touch. Gets the ball out to Doria with the shot flick over the bar. 3 goals and 4 to 9 points. They're not going away, Kevin.
No, they're not going away at all. And they've 9 points scored, and some of them exceptional scores, and that would be one of them. Luke Cleary broke the ball out to Dory, and he finished it very well. So 3-4 to 9 points. Tuller's struggling to get their points, but they have the goals, and they do count nearly double in a day like today.
So bad for Rogue. We're not too sure who it is come on there for Rogue. We'll get a check on it. But Andrew McInerney, the full forward, has gone off. But they have Dara Stack, and it seems Dara is carrying an injury, but he's a lovely touching the ball, so they'll be hoping that he's going to pinpoint or penetrate that Tulla defence, and well marked by the fullback Tony Layden, and they're all warming up another sub. Here comes Shanahan. He looks like he's going to go direct and go long again. I see Fionn Ryan looking for it out here in front of the stand, and Aaron Shanahan trying to bring Liam McInerney short, and goes for Fionn Ryan. That's a ball front, but Doria is there again, and it's coming into brilliant play by Fionn Ryan, another man who played Harty and this year. There's a great ball from Ryan down the corner, looking for Hogan. Hogan goes down it, but he's going to be picked up by Luke Pine. But Hogan, unfortunately, just slipped off his hands. Even on a cold day, Kevin, that's probably one of the first balls that has dropped out of one of his hands. The catching has been exemplary. Apologies for any foreign languages breaking through there on the frequency there, but look, it's a line. It's given a throw in on this occasion. It was a blatant line ball for Rogue, Kevin.
Blatant line ball for Rogue, yeah. Well, they've cleared it now, coming up the field down to Jimmy O'Gorman, who's sitting back in the pocket.
Jimmy O'Gorman, but he's been well tackled out by Michael Foley. Here comes O'Gorman. O'Gorman loses out to Hennigan, and he put. I tell you, the Rogue team are in supporters are in sync here, and the ball, he gets back to Killian Maroney. Maroney, a high challenge on Maroney, but that's a great ball for Maroney in for Stack. Here comes Layden attacking out from fullback, and here comes Tony Layden, fullback. In fairness, given I know Gus is trying to let it go, but maybe Rogue probably worked 1 or 2 frees there on that occasion.
They probably were, but it's turned out now to be a free from Tony Layden. Layden collected the ball in his own full back line and driving forward, and he got fouled, so it's going to be ended up down there, and Shannon's going to hit it down towards their own goal. Is going to cause consternation down there like it has already earlier on, where Andrew Conneedy got his goal from a long ball that broke. Yeah,
and I see Ryan and Conneedy are lighting with intention around the canoe again, and expect this to drop right down on the money. Shanahan has been striking the puck out well all day. This should drop around the square, Kevin.
It should be very, very close to it, yeah.
And here comes Aaron Shanahan, winds up. It doesn't strike it as well as the other ones. Coming down towards William helping and Jack Lynch. Jack Lynch, I've been impressed with Lynch. The ball comes out to Cleary. Oh, what a touch from Luke and Cleary. Gets away from Dan Whitcomb. Two lads with white helmets. But Whitcomb won't give up the ghost and is going to come back to Darragh Ryan. But Cleary continues his run. And here's Cleary trying to win it for Tulla, for Arrow. But it's been, keep calling him Ben. It's Paul Kelleher. Kelleher gets the ball back out to Dan Whitcomb. Whitcomb with a lovely nudge and pass out to Halpin. Halpin has been quiet, but gets a lovely direct ball into the corner towards Hogan. The touch not as good on this occasion. And I tell you, there's no doubt about that one, a foul on Luke Pine should be a free out for Rogue.
Yeah, disappointed from Colin there. He out in front of his man, missed his touch and then gave away a free that he probably shouldn't have really. All he had to do was stand his corner back up and make it difficult for him. So he's going to be relieving clearance here from Fionn Tracy from the right corner back position. The free that's going to come just now.
Yeah, Tracy going to take in this free. He's gone. Does a change? They're bringing out the corner back. Is it on Gilfile to take it? They look like they're bringing Tracy up the field. I think Rogue are going on the attack here. Tracy, who can equally play in defence and attack, is now being shoved up into the full forward line. In fairness to Rogue, they're going for broke, Kevin.
They're going for broke, which I guess they have to. 14 minutes gone in the second half, so halfway through the second half, 4 points down. So they have a bit of work to do if they want to get the result here today.
It looks like is Jimmy O'Gorman. Is Jimmy O'Gorman gone full back? Where's Tony Layden?
Shawnee Whitcomb.
Shawnee Whitcomb is playing centre back. Tony seems to be at cornerback there. There is changes, and here comes that free from Gilfile. Good striker, gets it up towards Foley on the far side of the field, but it's blocked down by Fionn Ryan. Is the ball going over? Kept in play by Killy Maroney, and the ball breaks in. And here comes Darragh Ryan, Fionn Ryan, the wing. Ryan gets the ball out to McSweeney. A chance for McSweeney to get a score. McSweeney shoots off his left hand side. That's a good score from McSweeney. That's a good return from McSweeney. 1-1, Kevin.
Yeah, and he had 1 or 2 wides as well. He was disappointed with as well. Good score from Jack there now, and that's an important score from Tulla to push him 5 points clear.
3-5 for Tulla, 9 points here. The shot puck out goes to Gilfile. Gilfile there's no simple play from him. He just directs it long, goes up, going to be picked up by the 2 Ryans who begin to take control in the half back line. It's Darragh on the far side, gives the ball out to Liam McInerney trying to escape the clutches of Gavin Dioria. It does escape the clutches of Gavin Dioria, and looking at this stage, Kevin, Tulla beginning to take control. They're
beginning to take control, and for Rogue, they'll probably at least need 1 goal to get them back into the melting pot of getting a victory here today. So yeah, Tulla hurling well in fairness to them, and they're probably the better team at the moment. Yeah, and here comes O'Gorman, the centre back, free 60 metres out from the Tulla goals. Is he going to go straight down the middle? He does. You can hear the crack off the hurley. The ball going down, looking for Andrew Conheedy. Conheedy puts up the hand. That's a great catch from Conheedy. Goes to ground. Unfortunately, no support coming from him, and it's Gilfile. Owen Gilfile gets the ball out to Killian Maroney. Maroney gets the ball out here, and here come Rogue. And it's a high challenge there, but gives a free there on Jack Lynch, and once again Gus in Conderat. There could have been a free close to the goals, Kevin. Yeah, because it looked like Tony had fouled Darragh Stack here down the corner forward position, but he's given the free from the Tulla left half back, or the Rogue left half back position. Yeah, and you can see you have to blame their Rogue, their supporters with incensed with as he goes trying to explain his decision. In fairness, there was a high pull and there was a call for the high pull. Here comes Cahill, strikes it, doesn't strike it well, goes up into the air. Who's going to come? Tony Layden puts up the hand, doesn't come down with it. The ball breaks into Darragh Stack. Michael Hennigan trying to get it for Rogue. Rogue would need a score, but who's coming out? It's Tony Layden. Tony Layden tries to get he's hooked by Darragh Stack, he's robbed by Darragh Stack. Stack is busy, can't get the ball up. Here he tries to turn away, gets a pass out to Hennigan. Hennigan, lovely deft lift by Hennigan. He's a nice player, lovely player, and nice for him to get a score after his couple of misses, Kevin. Yeah, nice score from play, but 30 yards out in front of the goal. So important score from Rogue, and they'll be looking to build from that now. 3 goals and 5. We're 17 and a half minutes gone. 3-5 for Tulla, that's 14. Rogue 10 points. Rogue, what can Tulla? Good puck out from Shanahan. Finds Fionn Ryan or Darragh Ryan on the far side. There's so many Ryans you'll get mixed up with them, and the ball goes out over the line. What way is Gus going to give this one? Rogue are calling, Rogue and Tulla are calling. Tulla, and he goes with the East Clare side.
I think Gus knows where his where his location is. I think, but you know, it did come off the hurley off their own player. William Helpman going to take this one. Micheál Ryan making a run. Tulla, can be that response. He goes across the field looking for Dan Whitcomb and Maroney. Good pick up by Dan Whitcomb. Here comes Dan. McSweeney's gone loose again. McSweeney, a good man to get space, and the ball doesn't make a right decision on that occasion. But the ball is brought into a very impressive Killian Maroney. Maroney passes the ball out into space, out to Michael Foley. Foley, I didn't know much about this fella, I like his style of play. The ball comes out to the middle, where Jarlath Collins, Orden Cahill, is he going to keep it in? And of all the play, you know, between the two experienced players, you should always keep an eye on the ball, Kevin.
Yeah, Jack Collins with an ambitious pass to Oran Cahill went over his head and out over the line. Oran could have made a little bit of a better effort to keep it in, to be honest about it, but it's a sideline cut here from Shiny Whitcomb, just in the middle of the field on the right hand side, hitting into the far down goal here in Tulla. So we'll see how Shawnee, he's usually good to hit the sideline cuts.
Yeah, he had a couple of good runs in the first half. Not as involved in the play as maybe Tulla would like, but cuts that ball across. He's going to pick up by Dara Ryan on the far side of the field. Dara with a good hand pass. Can Shawnee shoot and get a score? That's a shot from Shawnee with him. That's the score of the day from the stick. Oh no, it blocks inside. In fairness, I thought it was over the bar. Goalkeeping by Keane. In fairness, Howard kept his eye on it. I thought it was all the way. I suppose you have to wait for it to go dead, but it was a great strike from Whitcomb, but good goalkeeping by Howard.
A great strike by Shawnee Whitcomb and great goalkeeping by Howard, and he tied it up afterwards. They have a free out now, and that could be crucial at the end of the game.
And the ball goes out to Jack Collins in the middle of the field. Here comes Jarlath Collins. His pass tries to release the pass to Cahill, but it comes to Jack McSweeney. Here comes Dan Whitcomb, normally good for a score or two. Dan turns off his left hand side. Another ball, a chance for Ryan, and and I tell you, there could have been claims for a Shaskell Kuig there, but it did come off the hands of Ryan. Tulla trying to push home their advantage. Keane Howard with the puck out. We have 10 minutes left here in Dr. Daly Park in Tulla. 3 goals and 5 to 10 points. The puck out from Howard comes out to Foley in the middle of the field. Here comes Foley, puts the ball in towards the corner forward, or in towards Gavin Dioria. But the ball comes out, and here comes Jimmy O'Gorman. O'Gorman gets out. These Ryans have been impressive, Kevin.
Fiona and Darragh played very well in the second half.
And a great pick out. And a lazy challenge there on that occasion by Dan Whitcomb on Orden Cahill. Tiredness beginning to be a factor, Kevin.
And I suppose they were going to be looking to get Oran Cahill more into the game as well. He's been very quiet in the second half, so it'll be important for him to start hurling a bit better.
And here's a shot from Tracy, a lazy effort from the fullback. If you're not, they would have expected more. He had a chance to take on Tony Dayton. He turned a shot on the loop out to the right hand side, left hand side, and done right. Score remains Tulla 3-5. They're all 10 points, and a puck out coming from Aaron Shanahan, and he's in no particular hurry. 9-10 minutes plus at a time left here in Dr. Daly Park, a gloomy Dr. Daly Park, as the evening comes in here in East Clare. And Shanahan has been pucking him well and doesn't disappoint again on that occasion. Looks it down on top of the wing back is Maroney. Maroney goes to ground, but he's picked up by probably the best player on the field is Jarlath Collins. Gets the ball up, and Liam McInerney got out in front. And in fairness to McInerney, Kevin, he plays like he always plays from in front.
He does. Both himself and Paul Keller, the two Tulla cornerbacks today, it's notable how they both attacked the ball and tried to get out in front of their men, and it paid dividends for Liam there now winning his free with the tangle of legs with young Stack. Yeah.
And here comes the free from Jimmy O'Gorman, 40 metres out from his own goal, looking for a run. Micheál Ryan makes the run, and Jimmy drives it up. A lovely striker, O'Gorman puts it up for Ryan. Ryan has a goal and 2 points. That came off the stick. I tell you, this Tulla linesman, I tell you one thing, he only knows one way. In fairness to him, he only knows one way. But that ball did come off the stick of Micheál Ryan, and the line ball going to be taken by Killian Maroney. 8 minutes left here, and the ball from Killian Maroney back to Orden Cahill. Cahill gets away from Andrew Conneely. Here comes Cahill going to launch an attack for a rogue, and the ball goes down there. O'Gorman lets the ball in over his head, but recovers well. Gets the ball, gets it out to William Helpman. That's the ball, but recovers at the second attempt. Helpman pinpoints the ball across, looking for Dan Whitcomb and Luke Pine. Here comes Whitcomb, and there's a lead gone on the runner side. Is it Hogan? Indeed, it's Colin Hogan. Here comes Hogan coming through for Tulla. A shot from Hogan. That's a good score from the stick of Colin Hogan. Good team play. Tulla 3-6, around 10 points from it.
Yeah, a great score from Colin Hogan there. Good to get the scoreboard.
And a quick puck out from Howard out to Maroney. Well, good defending from Liam McInerney. Very solid back there. And the ball comes to Fionn Ryan. Fionn is pushed by Kevin Dorian. Gavin, showing his frustration, bangs the hurley onto the ground. But Gavin, I want to watch it. He's already on a quarter buoy. A sub coming on for Tulla on the far side. Is it Brian Torpy, is it?
That's who it looks like, I think, yeah.
It looks like Brian Torpy coming in there on the far side for Tulla. We'll see who's going to be. It looks like William Helpin is gone off. Indeed, it is Brian Torpy in for Tulla, and Brian will be hoping to inject a bit of life into that Tulla attack. And William has been besieged by injury and looks absolutely wrecked going off, Kevin.
Oh yeah, no, he's had a very difficult year with injuries, and a usually effective player when he's fit and on form, but injuries have been holding him back a bit this year. So hopefully he'll have a county semi-final to look forward to against Broad for next weekend, and he'll be ready for that. And
the ball breaks out of free on Gerald Collins, and looking at Collins, Kevin, you wonder would Brian Lohan be looking maybe at calling up this man?
Very, very impressive, yeah.
I know Orton Cahill has been already introduced. Collins very impressive. 3-6 for Tulla, 10 points for Rogue. We're gone. 24 minutes gone here in the second half. This ball would be landing from Gerald Collins. Even I would imagine they'd have shoved him up the field and that Cahill take the free, but they'd be hoping to get this in on top of Fionn Tracy. Another sub on for Tulla. Not too sure who's on there.
Rory O'Sullivan.
Rory O'Sullivan has been introduced, and indeed it's Ian Kalua has gone off. That ball from Collins lines it. Oh, what a catch by Sean Whitcomb. Shawnee drives it down, looking for Rory O'Sullivan, just introduced, and the ball comes out there. Cahill trying to win it for the Rogue. Cahill gets it at the second attempt, and here comes Cahill going to run at the Tulla defence, gone through into the half back line, puts the ball out to Hennigan left, or out to Luca Cleary. That's Cleary's third point of the day. 3 goals and 6 for Tulla, 11 points, 3 points in play. Not to be seized that from a midfielder, Kevin.
No, absolutely, and one as good as the other. A really classy player, and really showing his stuff here today. And like we said, an all-round sportsman, football and rugby as well. Very, very prominent in both of those sports too.
Alan Shanahan goes at this puck out for Tulla, out towards the far side, and here he's picked up, and here Oak trying to come on the attack again, puts the ball in towards Tracy. The ball is going to be towards Darrasek. Once again we say hello to all our listeners all over, especially those in Athlone who are tuned in from under either at the ready to make their way home or on their way home from the wedding of Matt and Amy yesterday, and a free in for Oak. And I tell you, he could have been, if they had gone on there, had turned Tony on that occasion. He's elusive and very low to the ground. He's, like a real will-o'-the-wisp forward, Kevin.
And he seems to be hampered as well from a hamstring injury. His right leg is very, very heavily strapped, so that's probably holding him back a little bit today as well.
3-6 for Tulla, 12 points for Rogue. We're back to a one-score game. 5 minutes left in Dr. Daly Park. This game is far from over, Kevin.
Far from over, yeah. There's a lot to be played for as we enter the last few minutes of the game, and a bit of momentum has come with their Rogue too, so they'll be looking to build on that. Like Sakal has come into it, Cleary got his point there again, and Collins influential as he has been all through.
And a great puck out comes out the middle. He's going to be picked up by a very impressive Jack Lynch at wing back. Lynch tries to get it for Rogue, and the ball Cahill trying to get it. Micheál Ryan, a man who scored 1 goal and 2 points, trying to get up for Tulla. Who's going to come off with this one? It's an important ball, and it's picked up by Rory O'Sullivan? No, not O'Sullivan. That ball goes back. Great block down by Collins. Collins goes to the ground. The wing forward out there, James Lyne trying to get it, and it's going to be picked up by Luke and Cleary. The ball goes to the ground. Who's going to pick it up? Cleary tried to pick it up, but he's going to the ground. It's more like Thomond Park than Dr. Daly Park, but it's picked up by the corner forward Gavin Dory, and he puts it down where Jimmy O'Gorman has the freedom. Jimmy has to launch this one, and Jimmy does launch this one, goes direct down towards Conheady. Conheady is on a loan inside at the moment, but it's picked up by a very impressive Owen Gilfile. I tell you, his Uncle Petty was always a direct defender. The ball comes out to McSweeney. Lovely ball out to Ryan. Can Ryan get another point for Tulla? A brilliant block down by Gerald Collins. And he's picked up there by the sub. Rogue, and a free by Jack McSweeney. I tell you, it's a good game, Kevin.
It's a very good game, and there's no quarters been given or asked. They're all trying their absolute level best. Fantastic block down there by Jack Collins, perfectly timed. Typical of a cornerback, I suppose, where he normally plays in the senior team. Cal hits a long free in towards the Rogue foot forward line.
Looking for Cleary. Cleary goes up and brings the ball down, but he's picked up by Colin Hogan. The ball comes out, and here comes this man, Michael Hennigan again, who takes on the challenge of McSweeney. gives the ball, gets it back to the wing back, and he puts it across the field looking for Maroney and Torpy does well, but the ball comes to Maroney, and Maroney taking on the defence. Here come Éire Óg, they're going for broke. He puts the ball into the sub. I'm not too sure who that sub, goes low to the ground, tries to turn inside. Paul Kelleher turns the shot and found us up. A 2-point game. Not too sure who that sub is, but I tell you, he's after making a big contribution. 3-6 for Tulla, 13 points for Éire Óg, Kevin.
Yeah, and a very, very well worked score there from Éire Óg. And is that the last 3 scores that Éire Óg have got as well to bring it back to 2 points?
Right. We're not just Éire Óg, young Mr. Waters, not too sure who the sub is. They said he's just a prolific one.
All I know is they call him Sonny.
He's known as Sonny, and the ball comes up to David O'Sullivan is the sub for, and the ball, and here a free out for Éire Óg, and I tell you, Tulla now looking at the clock, 2 minutes plus at a time to go here. Keane Howard coming out, and the sub drives the ball back past him, and he's looking for to come out, take a quick puck out. I tell you, Tulla, it's nervous times now for Tulla. I see Jimmy O'Gorman going, and Duncan Heady now out the field. Tulla trying to defend this lead. Keane Howard.
And that could be double-edged sword as well. If you start losing your shape, you could be putting a lot of pressure on top of yourself.
And the ball comes to Orton Cahill. Here comes Cahill. Luca Cleary gone on the loop. Here comes Cleary. Cleary going away from Andrew Conheady. Here comes Cleary bearing down a shot for Cleary. Good save by Aaron Shannon. You won't beat the Tulla goalkeeper from there. He was safe, and the ball comes. Oh, and a block down there. Oh, looking for a Shaska Kuik. But Shanahan came to the rescue. You know, lucky enough to have an experienced top test goalie at the end of your defence, Kevin.
Yeah, it would have taken an exceptional shot to have beaten Aaron there on the near side. Luca might have been better advised to tap the ball over the bar to bring it to a 1-point game. Still 3-6 to 13 points we're probably close enough to injury time at this stage.
Coming on, hitting on for injury time now. Another sub coming on for Tulla. Micheál Ryan has been taken off, and Ryan can be very happy with his outing. 1 goal and 2 points was involved in much of the set-up play. Éire Óg now gambling. Oran Cahill now gone to wing forward. I'd imagine Shanahan will be going long. Aaron Shanahan will definitely won't be going short now, putting him back again. Now Oran going back to pick up Sean Whitcomb. Subs come down. Noel Conheady, Noel in. Noel who came down from Athlone this morning to be, he's a coach with the Tulla 21s, came down for the waiting this morning, made the long check down, and a puck out coming from Shanahan. This all led into Tulla, playing down the clock, Kevin.
Playing down the clock, yeah. It's Éire Óg that want the ball back and play as quickly as possible to try and narrow that 2-point deficit.
And here comes the puck out from Aaron Shanahan in no particular hurry. I'd imagine he'll come here towards where is Sean Whitcomb. He would go that side and exactly drops down on the top of Sean Whitcomb, and the ball is brought down by Jack Lynch. He comes out to the midfield, or Max Sweeney, but it's Éire Óg on the attack again, trying to break out, and the ball comes back here, and Éire Óg launched this one, and it's going to be picked out. Great pick, great touch by Conheady, but Tracy comes out, and Tracy going taking on the defence, and he puts the ball out here to Dara Stack. Dara Stack gives it back out to Owen Gilfile. Gilfile for Éire Óg. Gilfile shoots. This is a dangerous ball. Is it in? It's over the bar. We have a 1-point game. 3-6 for Tulla, 14 for Éire Óg. Now the last shot from Luca Cleary if he put it over the bar, Kevin.
No, exactly. It would be a different kettle of fish, but there's a lot to be played for in the last couple of minutes here. Great score there from Owen Gilfile from the middle of the field. Cornerback coming up and showing leadership to put the ball over the bar.
Here's Aaron Shannon going to go with this. It's 3-6 to 14 points. Once again, we thank our match sponsor, Morna Tubby in there, and Tulla Pharmacy. The ball breaks into the substitute. Good pick up, but who's going to get it? On the far side, Michael Hennigan, and a free for Éire Óg. And I tell you, it's all pressure on the Tulla defence now, Kevin. It's a 1-point game, and we're at the discretion of the Ray Tour. We're in added time here in Dr. Daly Park. Jarlath Collins going to take this free. Oran Cahill on the 21. Collins telling them all to shove in. Here comes Collins. Strikes it well. It won't make the distance. Can Cahill get a hand in it? The ball breaks out. But here come Tulla, and who's it there? Oli Conheady. And Shawnee drives it. Shawnee Whitcomb. It's a 1 down here. And the ball breaks in. The goalkeeper, Keane Howard, comes out. Tulla, who's going to come out? Can Éire Óg manufacture one last attack? The ball is going to be picked up by Luke Pine. Pine has it for Éire Óg. Here he comes out. Gets the ball out to Killian Maroney. Maroney for Éire Óg. Here puts it up the far side, looking for Luca. Goes over the head of Luca Cleary. Can he pick it up? But Fionn Ryan or Dara Ryan done brilliantly to Andrew. Andrew has just launched it. That's a great ball from Conheady. Is it going to stay in play? It doesn't. We're at the discretion of the referee, Cian Howard. Howard gets the ball out, looking for Killian Maroney. We're at the dying moment. It's one last chance for Rogue. Maroney drives it up. Is it going to be picked up by Max Sweeney? Cal puts up, but Sweeney does well. And there goes the full-time whistle in Dr. Daly Park in Tulla, and it is of a very most entertaining under-21 B Championship quarter-final. Tulla advanced by the minimum. Tulla 3-6, Errol 14 points, Kevin.
Rogue have regrets after that, Leo. They had a couple of chances there. Luca Cleary came through at one stage, went for a goal. It was very ambitious against the keeper of Aaron Shannon's calibre. That proved crucial. If he's tapped that ball over the bar, would have been level pegging. Now we'd be heading for extra time. The last, I think, 10 minutes, was it Colin Hogan got the last score for Tulla at about the 50th minute. And Rogue took over after that, but Tulla held out.
Goals I was looking at the clock. I thought there was another minute or two by my watch.
Well, he played 3. I thought the three was 4. It's not here, no.
Yeah.
Am I in there?
You are.
Look, believe it or not, that's the 4th game. That's the 4th serious game they're all lost this year by
1 point.
Even though we played in 2 senior finals, overall it's been very disappointing here. But there's scrappy goals.
Scrappy goals.
One goal, I'd have to just question. He could have given a foul there.
Yes,
there was a late pull. It could have been a foul. There was a man down injured. The ball went down. They got a goal. I had issues with that. The other 2 goals, no issues with bad defending. Goals win matches.
Yeah, goals win matches. Kevin, you know, Tulla had to look today. You need to look.
You said something there about the linesman. I thought the linesman was better than the referee.
That's their whole view. Thanks, Pat. Good luck, Slán. That's their whole view. But I suppose, extra time would have nearly been a fair result there, Kevin.
It would have been a fair result, yeah. Rogue, from the way they played in the last 10 minutes, at least deserved that. But the scoreboard doesn't lie. 3-6 to 14 points and 1 point victory for Tulla. They'll be delighted with that. Tulla, small numbers, young team beating a Rogue large Innis team in their home patch, they'll be thrilled. With a very tight panel as well as what Tulla have. So there'll be an enjoyable derby next week to look forward to.
I tell you what, coming up to Christmas and a derby, and there is a great tradition and history between Tulla and Broadford meeting in under-21 B championships, and there's never much between the teams, and I know Broadford will have been here with their spies here looking on today, but Rogue, maybe they threw off the shackles to the finish. They shoved up Tracy and if they put Cahill up earlier, would have made a difference, Kevin?
Because you'd say that the duel between Cahill and Jack McSweeney in the second half, you'd say that Jack McSweeney had the better of that. Cahill was very quiet in the second half until the last few minutes when Rogue really took over. Young Hennigan, as well as he played, he'll be disappointed with a couple of frees he missed as well. But that's the ins and outs of matches that can go either way, and the twists and turns. And Tulla have won. Rogue will be very, very disappointed. I suppose it's crucial as well. Like the intervention, Tulla probably have more of the championship hurlers. Yes. You've Jack Collins, you've Cahill, 1 or 2 more in the Rogue team that would have played senior championship, where quite a few, probably up in 6, 7, 8 of the Tulla team are part of the intermediate team that lost the final a few weeks ago, and all that experience stands hugely.
Yeah, and in fairness to Kennedy and Whittingham, the last 2 balls they drove them in. They weren't going hanging around with it, So a good win for Tulla. We're now joined by the new Tulla Cahir Luck, Mark Quinn, and Mark, welcome and congratulations on your new role as chairman, and a win and start into an under-21B semi-final.
Thanks, Leo. Yeah, it was great. It was a very good game and great to get the result. Just about held on in the end.
And I suppose looking at Kevin or Mark at this time of the year, the score is always going to be tight games. Tulla got the 2 goals very quick at the start of the second half. You give them that bit of breathing space, and by God, did they need it coming down the final straight?
They did, yeah. A few direct balls straight in and made a difference. There's a few good ball winners inside, and got their chance and they took it. They missed one in the first half now and maybe a second one, but when they got it in the second half, they took it. And
looking forward to a challenge against the neighbours down the road in Broadford, an intriguing battle ahead.
Yeah, we'll regroup now and get loosened out for the week and get going again. Hopefully, get organised. Great to have it.
I know you're already installed as a chairman a couple of days, and we're sitting here in this lovely pavilion and building here, under your stewardship. plans or ideas for the year ahead?
Yeah, we're going to put a lot of emphasis on the underage now. There's a lot of young players coming at all the levels up along 13, 14, 15 up along, and there's a bunch already established in maybe the 18, 19 and just coming into the intermediate level. So it's just to get resources into them now and develop the skills as much as possible with them and make sure we're concentrating on the right things with each of the levels up along.
Yeah, and as you said, building it underage, but I suppose unfortunately for Tulla on this occasion this year, Paddy Brown didn't return to the hill at Tulla. I presume that'll be a priority as well for the adult team.
Yeah, very disappointing. Sure, yeah, there was only a puck of a ball in it really in normal time, and after even the extra time, there was just ran out of legs in the end of it. But yeah, you'll have two teams that came down from the senior now. Sure, they'll be Whitegate and Smith O'Brien's. They'll be two tough teams now, and but Tulla have definitely improved from 2 years ago when they played Killaloe and those teams, and they'll have to push on from it this year now. They've a good target to aim for later on in the year and just get regroup and get ready for it.
And of course, the perfect preparation for next year into a 21B semi-final and hopefully for Tulla from their point of view into a final. Great to give lads extra games at this time of the year, Mark.
It is great, yeah. It was always Tulla were always a bit slow to get started at the adult level. They'd often miss the January, February and just get going, and this now would be a great boost to get things started, get things off the ground, and the intermediate will start to roll in there now in January and February, and it will be good to have the under 21 lads in reasonable shape coming into it.
Yeah, Mark, thanks for that. We wish you the very best luck and congrats on this brilliant pavilion, beautiful place for a game and to watch games, and the very best luck to you in your stewardship.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you.
Kevin, as we thought a number of weeks ago, our year was going to be over, and said we're going. We have another week at least anyway. So with the semi-finals of the A and the B next weekend, Tulla this game will bring on Tulla a ton.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, and just the experience, even some of the younger lads there getting the experience of playing with the likes of Johnny Whittigum, Tony Layden, Andrew Conheedy, established adult hurlers, like. All that will stand to their overall development of being involved with a team getting into a county semi-final, playing a local derby here again next weekend. That's what young lads want. They want those challenges. They want to be having the bragging rights when they meet each other out and about. So a lot to look forward to next weekend against Broadford, and good win today against Rogue. Lucky to win it really when you look back on it, but they did win it and they have a lot to build on now for going ahead to next weekend.
Yeah, a lot to build on. No doubt Brian Quinn and his management team will be very, very happy. Look, at 1 point win is as important as a 10-point win. There's no doubt about that. But so as we take our leave here from Dr. Daly Park, is Tulla who move into the semi-final of the under-21B championship on a scoreline of Tulla 3 goals and 6, Rogue 14 points. Once again, Kevin, thanks to your analysis today. Thanks to our match sponsors, Dare Credit Union, our outside broadcast sponsored by Michael Long Construction, and once again thanks to Morna and all the staff there in Tulla Pharmacy for their sponsorship here today. Once again thanks to Jim Collins, who unbelievably has done the controls here for us today in Dr. Daly Park. So all that remains is for me, Leo Dial. Until we meet again, it's Bannock Day, August Lawn.